This is a quick little rundown of how to use save through a user interface. This is actually extremely useful because you can use the interface by itself and access your code easier through there, like for your game logic, or you can do something like tag a score manager device in there and tracking devices and stuff for your game. So this is actually a really neat little intermediate step. Plus, you can display your stats on the screen for the player. So this is a really quick little rundown. I feel like it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll just do my best to show the steps I made, and I'll put the code on GitHub. And if you have any questions, go ahead and just let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. So right now, what should be running in the background is I'm just making the class to have the user interface, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now that I made the make screen UI class, what I did basically was put inside, of course, what's going to go on the screen with the stack boxes. You can do this with a number of widgets and stack boxes. You can have a bunch up on your screen. You can even add images in here in stack slots. So this is actually extremely useful here. And you can put your widgets and your text in here. And you can even I put the variable for the gold in here and increase gold function. This could actually work for increase or decrease, or even just adding however much gold or subtracting from it. I just called it increase gold. I put the logic within here. That way we can access, that way when we access this, we can also access this. So now I made the constructor to access the make screen UI, and we need to pass in, of course we need our agent, and that's going to be the player we're passing in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and, now that I made this make screen UI class, I'm just going to delete this old UI stuff so it does not get confusing. So this update values is the old way. We're not going to want that. And I'm just going to comment out these spawns for now. We're not going to need them, but just as a reminder. All right, to change these. So, okay. So now we're here. And so now what we need to do is be able to access that. So the best way is to make a dictionary for all players. And I can, well, first if you want, I can just show you one really quick how to do one player and then add the dictionary. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, okay? So this is a blank make screen UI. We're just assigning it to a blank so that we can reassign it. So in init players, we need to tell it about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So this is just a lazy way for one player right this second. Oh, I forgot to add something here. I forgot to add to UI function. This will only work unless I add my dictionary, which I'll do in a little while. This will only work for one player, but we also need to change increase and decrease gold because now we don't need all of this in our increase and decrease gold because we already did that. So basically now all we need to do is check the player and then, okay, so now these can change. So we just need, this part here, and then we can do, Okay, so now here we made a blank variable to access our make player. And here in init players, I added just one player. So this will only work if you have one player, how it is right now. That's that screen manager for player 1, screen manager for player 1. I then use the increase gold and the increase gold here, but subtracting it, of course. So that really looks clean, right? Like right here, you're just doing that. And now when you run this, so let me launch it. Okay, so if you look, our gold is increasing or decreasing. It's in the corner of the screen on the left-hand side. And now for the moment of truth here. When we end game and we restart game, did it save our gold? Let's see. Yep, it saved our... So, yeah, so it saved our gold. Now, there's a little small code fix that you could update it before it shows it all. It showed 0 at first, but that's just because the code isn't updated to grab it first, but that's okay. Like, that's an easy fix. But basically, it saved it. And now I'm going to end this. And now one final step, because although that works for one player, you wouldn't want to generally use that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a dictionary so it works for all players. But it's going to be doing this for each of them basically, but it'll be in a dictionary instead. So I'm going to go ahead and make that. Okay, now to check if this works. Increasing, decrease. Oh, I forgot to put a negative sign for my 1 there, but